I'm sitting here at the Royal Queensland Yacht Squadron between two men, Martin Nikolas and Steve Brennan, and collectively they would have well over 100 years' experience in the Australian composites industry.
Scary.
Very extremely scary.
Extremely scary. Across being a worker, a company owner, a supplier, doing everything.
Yeah. Resin, glass fibre. Yes,
across
everything.
all materials. There's been ups and downs. There's been...
Very much so. The journey has been incredible. Really, really incredible. So I laugh about it now, but as you said before, there's really ups and downs in this industry.
So you started in this industry at what, 14, 15?
I started in this industry about 54 years ago, and we've been running our own company now for close to 49 years. So it's been a long journey, and with my son Stefan and Thomas, and of course their wives and partners, and of course Christina, it was an incredible journey. But it was the teamwork that got us all to where we are today. So we're really, really proud. And Steve, I mean, you look how long we've known each other.
Oh, absolutely, and I love this industry. Every day it presents something new. It presents a new challenge. It presents a new opportunity.
It really does.
It's a wonderful industry, and it's got wonderful people in it, and it's just a pleasure to be part of it. Absolutely, no question.
Yeah,
And you started in boat building?
Yeah, I started in boat building in 1978. Yes. Went into the material side. I think it was in about 85. I think it was into the material side, and I've stayed in the material supply side ever since. So, yeah, long time.
And it's a very broad subject, the material side.
It's a very broad subject, and as I said, it's a wonderful thing because it's never the same. It's not the same day on repeat. It's a different thing every single day. And
it certainly is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have you done what you set out to achieve?
I pinch myself sometimes because we did things that we never thought we will do, and we surpassed all the dreams that I ever had in as far as supplying clients, multinational clients that we have, and we still pinch ourselves that we now have been supplying for the same clients for 40 years, and we're the only ones without opposition in Australia to certain clients, and we never thought we will ever get that way. I have never went to school in Australia. I still got my accents from Europe, so I landed here when I was 14, and the amount of work we had to do to keep up with everybody, and you know, along the way. I was embarrassed even talking to people, and
because you were worried about your accent.
I'm worried about my accent, and quite often there was people looking down on us and that sort of thing as well. But because all I knew was head down and bum up, that's all we knew, and we really surpassed a lot of expectations.
So you're self-taught.
We're self-taught, totally
Yes.
self-taught.
Because you felt that the institutions weren't going to take too much notice of you, or
That's exactly right. When we try to door knock on the big companies, I take 2.5 to 3 years of door knocking onto one of our biggest clients and writing letters, and I nearly fell over when one day two of the managers turned up and said, "You got 3 weeks to make us a truck bonnet for the truck show," and I didn't know what to do. I just did not know what to do. So they turned up at 7 o'clock every single morning, even Saturdays and Sundays, and I had to mix up bulk in 20-litre containers and shape something up, make a mold, make a part. The part was still soft the next day.
Interesting. He said he didn't know what to do, but he just got on and did it.
Yeah, he did.
The very first time, because I never went to school here and I had no qualifications, I didn't know how to read a plan. And the company, they sent me a plan just to quote on it. And I'm sitting there for 1 week looking at this design of something that I didn't know what it was, right? And then all of a sudden, just out of the blue, it jumped out at me of what it actually was. And it was a simple thing as a fan shed, and just the way it was drawn, I just didn't even know what it was.
So since that time, how many truck components do you think you've made since then?
We probably did...
In what, 40, how many years? 50 years?
In about 50 years. Oh, because for 10 years we had all the contract for Ford Motor Company, where we produced 26 parts per truck. And we built up to 10 trucks a day. So we did some enormous amount of work. And then on the same token, we had Western Star trucks, we had Iveco, we had Mack trucks and that sort of thing. And then when people came to visit, I had to put a plastic sheet so they can't see I'm working on different things altogether when they came to visit me. And they all started laughing at I'm trying to keep everything, level, so I honour everybody.
So to stay in business for that length of time, quality must have been really important to you.
Quality was important.
Quality and delivering on time?
Delivering on time, that was my biggest, because we had nothing. We started with nothing, Christina and I, totally nothing. And you get so scared when you got no money. And I remember when we started Marky Industries, I had bent nails and I had to straighten them to use them. That sort of. I'm telling you, it was in them days. It was tough. Yeah. There was no such thing as going to the bank and asking them for money. Sorry, I'm dragging. I'm waffling on. I'm sorry.
I wanted to ask Steve, because Steve started his career in the in the boat building industry. You would have seen extraordinary advances in the materials that the boat building industry is using.
Oh, absolutely.
Would have been. Was it timber when you were?
There was not going back that far, Kerryn. Right? We didn't carve out of logs or anything like that back in my day. I'm sorry. We did start with fiberglass. Yeah, no. But material advances have been throughout the history of our industry. It's been for a long time. It's material advances. You've seen resins advance in their performance. You've seen glass fibre advance in its performance. Material advancements is actually what helps grows our industry.
Creates efficiencies.
Absolutely, creates efficiencies, but also opens up new applications. Because if we went back to the orthophthalic resins back when I first started, heat distortion temperatures of 50 degrees C. Well, now an orthophthalic is about 78 to 80. Okay, so that's broad in the industry. But now you've got ISOs that go higher heat distortion temperatures. You've got vinyl esters that go so the market opens up all the time with material developments. Okay, glass fibres have changed from back in the day they were basically A, C or E glass, and now ECR is the standard, but you've got H glass for higher modulus, you've got S glass for impacts and those sorts of things. So there's always material advancements. Yeah.
And the material advancements are bringing new applications for composites, which inherently grows the industry.
Well, I mean, if you look at, say, the wind energy industry, okay, the first wind energy blades that were produced, I think they were 16 metres. In length. That was the blade. And that was massive. Well, they're now 83 metres. For the offshore, they're 83 metres. And that's material advancements that's taken. That's going from a ECR glass or an E glass to a high modulus glass to get the spans and to, So, that always opens up new applications, new material developments. Yeah. And it's great. That's what gets me out of bed every day.
It's the passion that gets...
Oh, absolutely.
That we all still have for the industry, It's great.
Because there's always something new.
You've been threatening to retire for as long as I've known you.
Well, we're nearly there. We got coming in less and less. Christina and I are less and less. So that's good.
So with new people coming into the industry, have you got anything to say for the new people coming into the industry?
The new people that have been attending the conference and everything, I see their excitement about coming into the industry. So I just keep that excitement up. Let's keep that excitement going. You know, you look at the stuff that RPC's doing. You look at the stuff that Wagner's is doing. You look, and these are all new people that are coming into our industry, and it's exciting. And I just want them to keep that excitement going.
Yes,
Yeah. That's it.
I'd like to see that they have passion, and it's like we have passion for what we're doing, and I think when I talk to some people and when I open my shop and show people around, and that's how I learned quite a bit of it.
by the generosity of others.
By the generosity of others, opening the shop up and letting me in, and believe it or not, I used to travel through the USA. And I stopped, say, oh, there's a fiberglass factory over there. So I go door knocking, you know. And then I tell them, oh, I'm this little guy from down under, you know. And then I said, oh, you're from Australia? I said, yeah. Oh, come on in, you know. So, and you just learn this little bit everywhere you go, and you feel empowered because you're learning and things like that.
And conferences like today's conference, you learn just a little bit and a little bit and a little bit. What other people are doing, and it might inspire you to think something differently, something through a little bit differently, or you know who you really should call next week.
Exactly right, yeah. And it's important when we have conferences that we go somewhere to visit somebody as well, because that really inspires everybody. Right, that is really important for the industry, because in the old days, and I think we will remember, every shop was closed. Absolutely. And they're all thinking we know it all and things like that. But at the end of the day, we have the same problems. Every shop has the same problems, yeah, and it's so easy just by talking to each other and showing what we all doing, and everybody learns from it, and that's the good thing about this industry, you know. It's really.
When I first joined the industry, or when I first joined the sales side of the industry, going to sales, there was 3 customers that I had to sign secrecy agreements to get into their office, not even through to their plant. I had to sit down and have a meeting with them. I had to sign a secrecy agreement because something may have been disclosed. Whereas now, it's open and people learn from each other from within the industry, and it's fantastic.
So you're saying the industry is progressing together.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And because Martin doesn't mind people coming through his factory to learn stuff that they might take back to their factory to, again, advance the industry, and that's what it's about.
Yes.
It's an interesting thing.
And the industry is as good as its supply chain as well.
Yeah, sure.
And one of the things with the composites industry that I've noticed is got a really healthy supply chain.
It has.
Of knowledgeable composite practitioners.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah. Yes.
The important thing with us was with the supply chain, because when we started up, we didn't know, and we had sales reps coming in, and I'm asking how you do this and how you do that, you know, and that's really how you learn. You teach each other.
Yeah.
And
so the sales, the supply chain are
very important.
Very important, and they're also composite practitioners.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
So they're not just selling a product; they're selling a system or
That's right.
Yes. Yeah.
And they guide you along the way. They tell you what's coming up or what might be important and what's slowing down. So they help you in the knowledge, because quite often with a small shop or any business owner, they're trying to build something up for themselves, they got their head down and bum up. So they don't have all the knowledge what's happening in the markets. So that everybody relies on the reps coming in and giving them somewhat information. And it was always good.
You'd be actually surprised the amount of industries and the amount of applications glass fibre goes into. For me, composites is not a small part, but it's a part of my business. There's my products go into a lot of other industries, a lot to do with the construction industry. It's very broad, my end applications. So composites forms a part, but it's broader.
But composites is a legacy industry for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, no question. No question.
So can we all toast?
Cheers.
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 So I think we have just made 100 years between us. What did you say you start? 50 what?
Nearly 49. 50 in the industry, about 53, 54 years.
Make it 54 because I'm 46.
There you are.
So it's
100 years between
100
us.
years between us in the composites, between you and the composites industry.
Yep. 100 years.
100 years. That's amazing.
Should we hold up our bat, Martin? Do we?
100 years between two of us. Amazing.